Okay, y'all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
Please tell me you were recording that because
Yeah,
that was horrendous.
Okay. Now before we officially start the show, Bob, you wanted to talk about the continuation of the George Floyd story.
Yeah, there's been some updates. That they're going to be hopelessly outdated by the time this goes out anyway, because we changed our filming schedule, so we film a day earlier now. But the officer, or the ex-officer, was charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter. There are calls for him to get charged with first-degree murder, but I honestly don't think that will be likely. And then there have been updates around all the protests and rioting. There is some real conspiratorial stuff going on there. Things like a lot of the cops are actually going in undercover, and we know they're going in undercover, and they wear a white band around their arm so they can identify each other. And there's been reports of them actually starting a lot of the violence. The undercover ones starting a lot of the violence and instigating the violence, and then getting the hell out of there, and then the police coming in and actually doing it.
Wow.
We know factually that these are undercover officers. I can't confirm factually that they have been starting the violence, but I can confirm factually that they are undercover officers, because there is footage of a bunch of officers just assaulting protesters, and I don't know what happened before the start of the video, but if you just take it from the video's sake, it looks like they're just beating on someone for no good reason. And then a bunch of officers swarm out of the crowd and start keeping people back, and they're plainclothes officers with white bands on their arms. So that's lending a lot of credibility to that. There was an incident where they arrested a CNN reporter for no good reason, then released her. And there's another one where, on film, a cop with a paintball gun that's shooting pepper spray rounds shoots a reporter whilst she's in the middle of reporting, and then shoots the cameraman. And the cameraman's obviously looking at him, and he's pointing the gun, like this paintball gun, directly at the cameraman, and he hits the camera with it. What the hell is going on? I can't... The weird way, I was scrolling through Twitter, and one person put it perfectly, and I feel like it just encapsulates it. This person just put, "This time it feels different."
Yeah.
And it does. This one feels different to the rest. And that's terrible to say, but this one feels like this isn't dying down soon. This one feels different. But I just wanted to update, because we talked about it, we talked about it on the podcast, so I wanted to update that the cop was actually arrested, and he has been charged with third-degree murder.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is very good. It was needed. A scumbag like him doesn't deserve to be walking around free anyway.
The third-degree murder charge is... There's a special part of third-degree murder which I quite enjoy, that's called a depraved heart murder. It's basically where someone doesn't intend to kill, but they act with such malicious intent and negligence for human life that the type of murder is known as a depraved heart murder. And that's exactly what happened. He acted with such malice. He didn't intend to kill the person, but he acted with such malice that he didn't care. And that's what they're going to get him on, and I think quite right. Let's move on from that sad topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the only real thing I have to talk about today, and that's the fact that we are possibly seeing the most important time in the anime industry. The evolution and perhaps a new era in anime. And that's because there is a Korean webcomic called Tower of God that has now got an anime adaptation by Crunchyroll. So this is the first Korean webcomic that has ever got a full anime adaptation, ever. There's been Chinese webcomics that have received one, obviously Japanese webcomics, Japanese manga, Chinese manhwa, but never a Korean webcomic. This is the first time. And it isn't the only one. Crunchyroll have 2 more scheduled. They have Noblesse, I think it's called. It's how it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering it. I apologise. That is scheduled for, I think, 13 episodes. And God of High School, which I think is also scheduled for 13 episodes. And all 3 of them are Korean webcomics.
From a site, the Korean webcomics from a site called Webtoons.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone wants to go look it up.
And they're all in, I think, partnership with Crunchyroll. Webtoons and Crunchyroll together to produce this and make it. The studio doing Tower of God is Telecom, I think, Telecom Animations. Which their animation, like the animation for it and the artwork for Tower of God in the anime looks really good. It's got like this rough, kind of edgy look, but not in a bad way. Like it looks really good. And that is currently airing. There's 8 episodes out at the moment. If anyone wants to go and watch it. Now I think you do need a Crunchyroll premium subscription to watch the latest episode. And God of High School is starting next season. In 2 months. I think it officially starts in July. The next season.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just something that has kind of really taken me by surprise. We kind of need to make Tower of God the next big shonen anime. Because if we do, and there's a lot of like if it becomes extremely successful, say something like My Hero Academia or Attack on Titan, something that like that success, then I presume in the future they would only continue to take more content from Webtoons and adapt it for anime streaming. Which I think there are a lot of really, really high quality webcomics on Webtoons that are Korean webcomics. There's so many good ones. And a lot of them just seem like that they're perfect for the anime structure. And I wanted to get your guys' opinions on it.
It could have a massive knock-on effect. It could be that, you know, there's just this new source of a place where you can actually get anime from that isn't just this, I'm not going to say tight-knit, but, you know, whatever the version of tight-knit is that isn't that restrictive, Japanese manga. Because there's that, but, you know, why not reach out further? Why not, if there's this webcomic site where they've just been producing webcomics for years and years and years now, and quite a big success in that industry, excellent. The amount of stuff that can spawn from it, why not?
Yeah. I'm afraid I don't have anything to add. I agree with that completely.
It's going to be an anime renaissance.
Well, anime has arguably been is like the biggest it's ever been, ever now. Like, if you take anime and just like not even 10 years back, not even 5 years back, it was nowhere near as big as it is today. Like it's truly broken out into a mainstream kind of like just form of media. Like a majority of people that you talk to now have seen Attack on Titan.
Well,
like, if you go out onto the street and say, "Hey, do you know what Attack on Titan is?" Like maybe
Tom,
1 in every 5 people will know it.
Tom,
you cut out there.
yeah,
Did I?
you went into a connecting state.
Oh,
So you'll have to go back to anime the biggest it's ever been.
okay. But yeah, like anime is the biggest that it's ever been. Like, if you go back not even 5 years ago, it was nowhere near as popular as it is now. And it's become a form of mainstream media now that if you go out and you ask like 1 in every 5 people, chances are they know what Attack on Titan is. Chances are they know what My Hero Academia is. It's really surprising at how popular it's become.
It is nice. The Costa that I occasionally go to when I really fancy good hot chocolate. There's a couple of baristas there that have tattoos from anime, and one of the guys there, I had to ask him about like 3 of his tattoos on one of his arms, and he just listed off these 3 animes that I've never even heard of, and I was like, oh damn, you know. Didn't realise I actually had more people around me outside of here that actually, you know, watch anime and are willing to go, oh, I'd really recommend this to you. Like, oh, cool, okay, cheers.
I feel like there's, in some part out there, somewhere out there, Tom will probably know, there's probably like a secret anime like symbol or handshake, or you know how 40, 50 years ago gay people wore, I think it was a coloured handkerchief in one of their back pockets, and it let other gay people know that, hey, I am also of that persuasion. I bet there's some kind of like anime fans out there where it's like, he's also an anime fan.
What? But done in tattoo form, but they have their tattoo on display almost all the time. So it's just like, a fellow anime fan.
Or it's just the Naruto run. It's like, I see you are also a man of culture.
But they do it for everything. Doesn't matter if they're running or not, they do it for everything.
So Tom, is there some kind of symbol like that?
I currently cannot disclose that information.
We're not in the club yet.
No.
Like, hypothetically, let's say there was a club, Tom. How would someone go about joining the club? Not saying that there is and you're a member of the club. Just how would someone go about joining a club if that exists?
You have to spin in the circle 3 times, bark like a dog, and shout Kamehameha, and then you're in.
Okay, I'll do it after the show.
It has to be in the presence of an elder weeb, though.
An elder weeb.
They're everywhere. They're listening. You just go outside and do it, and then you'll just get like a letter through the post, like the Black Hand. They're just sending you a message like, we know. So
he knows I watch Dragon Ball. Every Tuesday night on Toonami. You
can tell Tom's a member of the club.
I was going to say, this wasn't a paid sponsorship, by the
way. Unless...
I mean, hey, you know, like, I mean, if we can ever get to the position where, you know, we can start to get sponsorships from Crunchyroll, is hey, you know...
Tom's just looking for some excuse to speak to the guys at Crunchyroll so that he can beg them for things. That's all.
Please give me goodie bags.
Yeah.
Just a little behind the scenes. We've always said that, you know, going forward on this endeavour that us 3 are undertaking, we'd like to, you know, when it comes to big decisions about things, it's going to have to be unanimous. We all have to agree on something to go forward with it. I want you to know right here and now, Tom, my vote will always be no for an anime sponsorship.
Why?
Just to mess with Tom, my vote will always be no.
Tom.
Crunchyroll comes to us and goes, hey, I go, I'd love to. I love your content, but I really want to mess with Tom, so sorry, no.
Hey, Tom.
So
if it helps, I'm going to join his side.
So is either one of you in possession of a piece of string, a half-eaten Kit Kat, and
a button?
We're going to have to cut that. That's a future bit.
I mean, people don't know it. It's just a little insight.
This is next level comedy. It's not a call back. It's a call forward. It's a reference to something we haven't done yet, but we have planned. Great. I'm certain they'll find that really funny.
But
Hey,
it's an inside joke for us.
If I was going to say, you know, that sort of thing they'll find funny when they watch it.
What, in like 6 months when we actually get it out and we go, here we go, this is a really good bit, really enjoyed it, and then they go, oh, I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have to put an embedded link in the video and in the description to be like, you need to go back and watch this bloody Sunday show from when we were like 5 weeks old. There you go. You'll get the reference then.
Oh, that's that is my dream. I want more cool forward humour, just so that when people finally get around to watching, they're like, "You cheeky,
You cheeky whack."
I'm not sure if this is way off topic and just way too far behind the scenes, but I suppose this show is about like housekeeping and stuff. Do you know how much forethought we would need for that?
Do you know how much forethought we have?
Yeah, not that much. What I'm thinking
Excuse
is,
me.
in 6 months to a year, we just go back and watch these old videos and just go, okay, what can we use as a call forward, and then claim it was a call forward retroactively.
No, that's cheating.
They wouldn't know the difference.
It would if they listened to this.
And yeah, this is staying in, so...
To go back to the point I was making, because, you know, we dived so far off. I feel like that anyone who even remotely wants anime to get to have an even bigger reach should just support this show as much as they possibly can. Like I mean, even if you're not a fan
Tower
of
of God, not the Sometimes Serious Show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Or Tower of
confused.
God.
I was really confused. I was like, we're gonna help push anime forward? How's
No,
this?
we have no effect on the anime industry yet.
none at all, and we probably won't ever.
I just said yet, so that means we're going to. God, call forward, Tom.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry. Okay, so, yeah, Tower of God. Like, even if you're not a fan of shonen anime, like, just go give it a watch. Maybe, you know, I don't know, like, go do something, go do chores, go wash the dishes, take the dog out. Just have the episode playing in the background. Just give it a watch so that Crunchyroll can see, like, hey, you know what? This is getting a lot of traction. Because the more traction it gets and the more popularity it gets, the more likelihood that they're going to continue adapting Korean webcomics and Korean manhwa, which is only a positive. So
I disagree. Not on the, you know, it getting big and therefore, you know, Webtoons gets more traffic, they're able to convert more of their stuff, not that. If you're not into anime and you're not into this kind of anime, my opinion would be don't watch it. Because an artificial growth means the next time they launch one, it falls flat. It falls flat and it dies just because these numbers were artificially inflated. I would say give the first episode a watch, and if you like it, continue. If not, don't.
Well, let's
I can
face it,
understand
you're not
that,
going to
but-
say give the first episode a watch, and if you like it, don't watch anymore. It's
Save
not how
it.
that works.
Well, actually, to be fair, the amount of anime where I've watched 3 episodes and gone, I really like this, and then have never gone back to them.
most time I think it's because you've probably forgotten the name and you're like, damn, I think I need to wait for Tom until I can continue watching it because I can't remember what it is.
I remember some of the names, and Google exists where I just go, you know, just put into Google, what's that anime where the mum's the main character and she ends up in a really compromised position in the first 2 episodes with slime all over her, and she's looking at her son whilst, like, almost naked, saying, don't look at me. And
son
Google
is-
normally doesn't help. It normally just directs me to adult sites.
Mum in
Well,
slime,
that's an advertisement for Google, isn't there?
mum
Google,
covered
help
in
you
slimy
find porn.
substance while son watches.
Yeah, no!
Wonder where that's
I've
going to
never
lead you
put it
to.
in like that. It's weird that you came up with that straight away. Is that a video you've watched?
Yeah, it's called Don't You Love Your Mum and a Multi-Twin Target Attacks.
All right, what hub of adult material is that on?
It's this really secret site. It's proper hardcore. It's called Crunchyroll.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I was expecting him to say some sort of hentai website, but never mind.
So was I. Don't.
Yeah, please don't.
We're
That's not
already on the
something we
verge
need
of
to be
being like not
associated.
family friendly. Let's maybe dial it back.
I mean, as soon as we mentioned mother cupboard covered in slimy substance, we weren't family friendly.
Slime videos. For kids. There you go, family friendly.
As soon as you said what a hub of content material, of adult content material, did you find out on?
What? It's just a hub.
That's
Like something that winds with
That's-
corn
no.
hub.
Oh, yes. God, all that corn.
Boy, it sure is corny.
Farmer's #1 visited site.
A lot of this I'm probably going to end up cutting because it's just cringe anyway.
Yeah, you should. The thing is, all of that's going to stay in now up until Tom going, I'm going to cut a lot of this.
It's just going to be a transition. Yeah. Definitely give the show a watch. What I'll do as well for some lucky fans out there. Let's say fans, some lucky viewers, because I imagine that our only fans are our mums.
My mum doesn't watch our content. Barely talks to me. That was a joke. It was a joke.
What I'll do, I'll definitely have to double check, but I will leave some Crunchyroll guest passes in the description. I'll see how many I've got. If I can, I'll put about 5. And then that'll be like a 24-hour pass. So just go out and check out the first episode. It's definitely worth it. I've seen it. It's pretty good. Personal opinion, it misses out a bit of content from the original webcomic, but then that's because the anime, the first season, has only been greenlit for 13 episodes. This is a half season. I do imagine though that they would do a second season because the current webcomic has about 300 something chapters. So it's been going since 2014, I want to say. I'm probably wrong. I'm sorry in advance. I'll look it up later and put it in. But yeah. So, yeah.
I just real quick want everyone listening to know he brought this subject up to me 2 days ago. He had 2 days to look into it and didn't. It's a subject he wanted to talk about.
Hey,
2 days ago.
Yesterday, I was busy eating and sleeping.
And filming the podcast.
Yeah, in the morning, in the afternoon. Early afternoon. I mean, like I got an hour's sleep last night before. Sorry, because of personal reasons. But you know,
Do we have anything else you guys want to talk
Yes,
about?
I read something that I found quite amusing on the internet yesterday, day before, can't remember. And it's how the John Wick series of movies was never actually going to be titled John Wick.
no.
Originally, the first movie was going to be titled Scorn. And the only reason that they titled it John Wick is because the character was still going to be called John Wick. It's just Keanu Reeves completely forgot the title and kept saying, oh, so in this John Wick movie, and just kept calling it John Wick. So literally everyone just went, all right, it's called John Wick now.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of a running bit that we're going to do every Sunday show now, called Menzies is Mildly Interesting. and every week he's going to bring a mildly interesting fact. It can't be too interesting, it's just mildly interesting. Every week from now going forward. Menzies is mildly interesting. Just, hey, did you know? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay, but you must respond with that every week from here on out. Just nice.
Just it can't be too interesting. Has to be mildly interesting. So, good to know, I suppose.
I'm wondering how many weeks I can carry it on for until I actually find something that's too interesting. You just go, okay, so that's it. You're out. Stop it.
Episode 200. Here we go.
Oh no. Yeah, that's all I've got. I've been too tired really to do anything.
We could mention how next week's podcast will probably be a better one because the PlayStation reveal is happening on Thursday. Thursday the 7th, I want to say. They're doing the PlayStation reveal, and we'll all sit down and watch it, and then actually on the podcast have something to talk about. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Because we're not too sure yet.
Well, who knows? It could be them just standing up on stage going, like, the inside Xbox thing that they did. That was a real letdown. Imagine if that's... We're going to reveal the PlayStation 5! And they go, this is what the controller looks like. Bye! We already knew that.
It's the 4th.
4th, there we go.
I'm
At 1 p.m. Pacific time. Which is
6, 7 for us.
Yeah, something like that.
I hope they don't show off more of Ghost of Tsushima, or Tsushima. Sorry, like
Ghost of
is
Tsushima.
that how you meant to pronounce it?
Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah, sushi.
Okay.
Like, it is one of my most anticipated games of the year, but at the same time, I don't really want to see any more, like especially story content. I don't want to see story content, just because I want to go into this thing blind story wise, because it looks really good.
Deaf and dumb.
Yes, all three of the above. I imagine they'll probably they've already shown more gameplay of The Last of Us, haven't they, recently? So I don't know if we'll see more of that.
They did. They had a state of play where they showed 20 odd minutes of Last of Us 2 gameplay. Oh, there's a really funny story around that. Oh my god. They, on Twitter, posted their own video of Last of Us 2, but because Sony has been so trigger happy with DMCA takedowns, they copyright struck their own video.
I love it.
They posted it, and then within minutes they had copy struck their own video, and everyone was like, wow, okay, yep, that's a thing.
just when you think couldn't get even more stupid, it suddenly happens.
Hey, talking about stupid, let me tell you all of the spoilers that happen in The Last of Us 2.
Please don't.
I wouldn't. I'm not that kind of person.
I like that he has trust that you actually won't when he says please don't, and you don't just carry on regardless.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say aliens, and then we'll just leave it at that and move on.
I was going to suggest flying banjos, but you know.
Wait, you read the leaks as well?
Yep.
That is obviously a joke. There is no aliens or flying banjos or other.
There are, however, My Little Pony characters in there.
Flat.
Okay, we should probably wrap up.
That I don't even know in characters.
Sunshine Sparkle is probably a name.
I know one of them's called Rainbow something. That's
Rainbow
it.
Dash. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That's
it.
the one.
Let's seriously wrap up right now.
Why? Because we've resorted to cooling upon our knowledge of My Little Pony.
Yeah, I think that should be a good barometer. When we hit My Little Pony as a topic, we've run out of things to talk about. Let's just end. and cut maybe the last 5 minutes.
And for anyone who didn't actually hear him, he said a good broniometer.
I didn't. I said barometer.
Yeah, broniometer.
Tom
feel-
doesn't know what a barometer is. He can only view the world through his lens of My Little Pony.
Anything that starts with a
we need to buy him
for
out
me, it
sooner
starts with a
rather than
bro.
later.
Will you stop making that go forward? Please, stop.
Like, at the end of this, it's just gonna be Philip just like oozing just complete frustration. This as well. We just keep on like making references from things like 5 years in the future.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. A year for us to get that bit out is kind of optimistic. And that's 1 year. You think a call forward for a year? Let's wrap up.
He fell into his own trap.
He hurt himself in his confusion.
One thing that I want to say real quick is just because I'm excited about it and I just want to talk about it. And then after this we'll wrap up. My Hero Academia season 5 has just been confirmed. Well, it was confirmed a couple of weeks ago, but I cannot be any more excited because the arc that's coming up in the season 5 is one of my favorite arcs, and oof, like I get goosebumps just thinking about it. It's gonna be so good, and I just cannot wait. And I like you two need to start watching My Hero Academia. You do, because Philip's already watched 5 episodes that I forced you to watch. Literally forced him, like tied him down to a chair, and just like made
He's
him
not
watch
kidding. Help.
So
You're so lucky. Favoritism. God.
So Michael, you will be receiving that treatment next.
Oh.
But with
Promises.
a couple more didgeridoos.
Wait, what?
That's not how a didgeridoo sounds at all.
I was going to say, that noise you made sounded far too suspicious.
For whatever reason, I got the sound of a didgeridoo mixed up with Mongolian throat singing.
Are you sure? Because it sounded more like a drill. The noise you made sounded more like someone attempting to drill into brick.
Well, I mean, you know, like every time I do try to think of sound, it just brings back memories of
He couldn't find a good out for that joke.
I couldn't.
No, he couldn't.
I just made sounds.
That's our creative process, ladies and gentlemen.
when you can't find an out for a joke, make a sound.
Yeah, just make a funny sound effect. Add an extra funny sound effect in post, and then we're done.
I mean, isn't that how like every YouTuber was in like the 2000s?
Yeah, but it's 2020.
Hey, that's still the 2000s, all right?
Well, Lele Pons exists.
What?
So, thanks for watching.
Real quick. This is meta, so you're gonna have to cut this.
Okay.
Are you gonna add our rambling about gaming bit at the end? Because if so, it might be good to say something now. Like we were recording ahead of time, and we had a big discussion about gaming and PlayStation versus Xbox. But be warned, the audio is a little low quality, which is why we stuck it here at the end after the show's actually ended.
Is it low quality?
Well, there's Menzies' fan going. I know my mic picked up some extra background noise.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
you can mention that there will be background audio.
I mean, I can put it in if you guys want to.
Well, I feel like that was good content,
Yeah.
and I feel like it just needs a little disclaimer ahead of it, and we should maybe put it at the end of this video so people don't have to watch it. It's not the first thing they hear. It's not this intrusive first bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
In which case, you just need to add a quick little disclaimer right now as we end.
Is there anything else that anyone else wants to put in?
Nope.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Just remember to ask people to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Rate 5
Share is
stars.
the biggest one. Oh. Just end it.
3, 2, 1. Okay, and so with that, we're probably going to end up wrapping up now. Though we did start recording early today, and there was a little conversation that we had about basically just the state of gaming in general. So we're probably going to pop that in at the end. The quality isn't as good. Like, there's a couple background sounds because we were just checking out stuff and talking while we were getting ready. So just enjoy that. Enjoy that. And yeah, stick around for I think it's like 14 minutes. Yeah, I think that's everything. Is there anything that you guys want to add on?
Got nothing.
Nope, I'm good.
No, okay. And where can people find you, Mr. Philip, on social media?
I'm gonna make your job a lot harder. It's on that Twitter handle that's on the screen right now. Love you, Tom.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
He's just not going to put it in now.
No.
It's that Twitter handle that's on screen right now, and he's just going to go. He's just going to put the words up of just, he's an arse. Joke's on him.
Thing is, Moses, if you do it as well, he has to.
Yeah, I definitely have to. So where can people find you, Michael?
They can't ever find me.
You can. You've got
And now
to follow
he's
that
making
Twitter
up
handle
time.
that's on screen right now.
No, at the moment
It's
he's
not
taking
gonna
up
be
time
on
to
screen.
try and look at his phone and then scroll through Twitter. I was like, oh yeah, that's my name.
No, I know my name. It's Jeffrey. No, it's not.
It's
at
Jeffrey.
Michael. It's at Michael T Triple S.
And you can find me at Pam Bam. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps quite a bit, actually. You'll be surprised. And we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Something new that can only be fully enjoyed on PS5 and includes a screenshot of what I assume is an interview. So, let me find the one that... Someone put, as someone buying a PS5, this is exactly what I want to hear.
Why? Somebody's buying a PS5 doesn't want their games to transfer.
I can vaguely understand the half premise that they're going off of, because any game that's specifically developed for the Xbox, so any exclusives that they have, will be of a lower quality because they have to be playable on both. However, that's the reason why the Series X is having their Series X enhanced thing. So,
Yeah.
like, it feels like in previous console generations, the specifications for a game were locked in stone. That's it. It doesn't matter. We go for the lowest common denominator. It appears like Xbox is pushing for more. No, whatever the hardware they're playing on can handle, it goes to that. If it needs to scale back frame rate and textures and resolution because they're playing on the Xbox One, then do that. Just automatically do it. Just like you do with a fucking PC, just do it. Just scale it back.
It also
If they're
feels
playing
like,
on Series X, scale it up.
feels like
Here it is.
The people that are supporting PlayStation that are saying that, actively saying that this is better. Like, a lot of them are going to be very what's the word? Labeled as hypocrites, because a couple of years ago, it was more than a few years ago now. When PS4 was like, hey, by the way, like a lot of the games that are coming out on PS4 will also be going to PS Vita and vice versa, and a lot of the fans were like, oh yeah, that's great, but the games had to be, as you said, like scaled back a lot because they had to be able to be fit on the PS Vita as well. So people that are saying that, oh yeah, you know, well, it's better like this, they're being extremely hypocritical.
Well, here's the tweet that led for me to read the entire thread, and someone put, Xbox, anti-consumer, PS fans, you ain't even part of the PS community, sucker. And so someone put, shut up, Xbox and PS4 are the same. So someone put, not really, and then posted the aforementioned picture. So 2013 up to and including 2019, the Game Awards, and I've got to zoom in. So 2013, PlayStation, The Last of Us, Nintendo, Super Mario 3D World, yep, and Xbox, nothing. I will leave out Xbox because it's nothing in their entire column. 2014, PlayStation, nothing. Nintendo, Bayonetta 2. 15, Bloodborne and Super Mario Maker. 16, Uncharted 4 and nothing for Nintendo. 17, Horizon for Sony, and for Nintendo there was Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. 2018 there was God of War and Spider-Man for Sony and nothing for Nintendo. And 2019 there was Death Stranding and Smash, Super Smash Brothers.
So what that is just that doesn't even have anything to do with Game Awards. That's just the exclusives.
Yeah.
But also last year we got Gears of War 5, and Gears of War 5 is unfucking believably good. So I guarantee if I went back and actually looked at all of the Xbox exclusives that launched in each of those years, I could find a contender.
Yep.
There also goes to the fact that, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Xbox has missed the mark with quite a few of their exclusives. They've been aiming for kind of mid-tier rather than these giant AAAs, and the few AAAs they have gone for have missed the mark. But the big AAAs they've normally gone for, they normally only go for marketing deals with. So like Anthem, like that, they were pushing that hard on Xbox, but you know, it's not their fault they got sold a fucking lie.
Or WWE 2K20.
But
it's not their fault. They're lied to, and then they go, yeah, sure, we'll sign this publishing deal and we'll have all the marketing be Xbox.
Yeah. But the tweet that I actually ended up liking was someone putting, there is clearly a way to do both, but Sony's choice is anti-consumer by forcing people to abandon their current libraries. Not everyone wants a stack of systems in their entertainment centre. Which led me to read this ridiculous thread. So someone responded to this person by saying, it's literally never been anti-consumer. Anyone who buys a PS5 is a consumer, and making games that run just on PS5 and not PS4 is a benefit for PS5 consumers. Ergo, it's not anti-consumer. So the response from the person that liked the tweet of words and actions. I'm sorry if your fanboyism won't allow you to see clearly, but the same issue that was created with the PS4 carries over to the PS5. Instead of working on a system or chipset that allowed backwards compatibility, they forced you to repurchase PS3 games on the PS4. Both can be done. And the person that said that it's not been that it's never been anti-consumer said, I own a base Xbox One with Kinect and a Scorpio Edition Xbox One X, and only own a PS4 base model, not even a Slim, but sure, I'm a fanboy because I want next-gen consoles to have next-gen only games. They literally never forced anyone to buy anything, it's a luxury item.
Okay, the instant defeat to that is, okay, it's not anti-consumer, but for the PlayStation 5 I'm going to charge £6,000. Now, it's not anti-consumer because the consumers that can buy it are getting it, so therefore I'm serving those consumers, so I'm being pro-consumer.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's out of the price range for the vast majority, where, you know, screw them, who cares?
It's still not anti-consumer.
The logic fails.
It turns out and go, well, I mean, there's always a PS4.
Oh, yeah, but sorry, the PS4's not having the games developed for it. You know what you could do instead? Just buy an Xbox One. There you go.
Well, Charles the Cactor put, I think it's more consumer friendly to offer actual next gen experiences on a next gen console, something Xbox isn't doing. Lies.
Yes, it is.
Can more people play the games? Absolutely, but I buy a new gen to push gaming forward, not hold it back.
No, you don't. If you're pushing gaming forward, then you're not getting a console. So shut the fuck up. The console market will always be behind
Yep.
the PC market. That's
Yep.
just factual. And also,
And
Xbox Series X is doing Series X enhanced.
but that's actually what I like about our position here. I mean, Tom and myself have a form of PC gaming that is, well, for me, I'm a little bit outdated, but you know, we can play some of the best games so far on absolutely amazing specs. And okay, you don't have one, but you actually have the knowledge to go, hey, if I went and played PC only gaming, and everyone else followed suit, would actually push gaming forward because there'd be much better hardware and they wouldn't have to cut things, hold it back, and make iterations that were lesser versions of.
The counter to that, like the PC argument that's always made, is consoles equate for about 80% of all game sales. So you
They do.
actually murder the gaming industry if everyone goes PC, because the vast majority of players would not convert.
To be fair,
But-
like,
Because the price entry for PC is so much higher than consoles.
Let's make the assumption that everyone did convert. Let's just live in this hypothetical for a minute. The other thing is, you can't pirate, at least not easily, on an Xbox or a PlayStation. You can on PC. There will always be someone that's fucking switched on enough to crack it and go, bam, there you go, have that. And you can get it for free.
it's almost so much more easier to cheat on PC as well.
Yeah. I think look at Warzone. Look at how many cheaters were banned on that.
Like a Fallout 76.
Look at the free play days. Was it free play days, or was it just like, here you can fucking have GTA for free, and everyone that went online, instead of it being like, hey, 1 in 100 people you come across is a cheater, it was more like 1 in 5 was a cheater.
Like, I mean, when GTA first started on PC, apparently it was just riddled with modders and cheaters
Yeah.
and
Still is.
yeah. That's why I've picked it up when it was for free on Epic Games, but I haven't fucking played it.
There's also another issue that I actually feel, if everyone converted to PC, would really, really hurt the industry, and I don't think anyone takes it into consideration. You guys remember the Batman Arkham Knight port that was so terrible?
Ugh.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
made for console first, wasn't it?
Yep. Because obviously it was 80% of their sales, so they built the console.
It was outsourced as well to a different company, right?
Yep. The problem with PC gaming, well, the big difference between PC and console gaming, a console, you build for a console and you know what's in that console. You know what that console can do, you know exactly the contents of the console. PC, there's a billion different combinations of specifications you could have, and you have to build for all of them.
Yep.
What if they've got this, but not this? What if they've got this, and this, but not this? What if they've got a different version of this?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
why it's such a small market.
and the thing with PC
It
gaming,
becomes infinitely harder to actually develop for just solely PC. It's why the PCs are ports.
there's also constant updates with the PC as well. Constant need
Yeah.
to get new hardware. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like my graphics card, like, it's good, but it probably won't run like Cyberpunk or Valhalla
Same.
at like max graphics.
Same. And the downside that I've got that you don't is I've got a laptop. So I've got to, if I wanted to upgrade anything, I'd be able to go, hey, so what upgrade could I get for my graphics card? Oh, so they haven't done a decent one that will work with the current motherboard and that I've got. Oh, right, and to change all of that, I would be more expensive than just buying a new laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And most
Cool.
laptop graphics cards are just integrated. So
Yep.
so a majority of them you can't even take out.
Nope. I believe mine is. I know there is. I can't remember which make it was. It was like MSI or something. Made a laptop where you can upgrade the graphics card because it's a standard graphics card that's got its attachment. So like right where the screen, where the hinge for the screen is, just below there on the actual keyboard part, it's a removable plate. That's where the graphics card is, and it plugs in. But what the bit that it plugs into does is it changes inside the laptop, and it's like having a USB to a USB-C cable, but it changes from a standard connector for a normal graphics card to a laptop connector, and it all just fucking works, and you can upgrade it. But the thing is, the laptop itself, just the basic version, was something like 2.5 or 3 grand. Yeah.
I'm not even surprised. I mean, like, there's a website called box.co.uk, which is where I got my laptop from. And they do builds that you can just buy, like, and they'll basically just like put it together and then send it to you. But some of the prices on there are like 6-7 grand. But then it's literally like two graphics cards, two RTX 2080 Ti's, like fucking 30 gigabytes of RAM. It's insane, and it's like I can't think of someone who would buy a PC like that for like 7 grand when you can just go out and buy the pieces for yourself, buy a cheap case, you know.
Yeah.
And then have it only come to like maybe 3 grand.
See, but then I've met people with like, I only play PC gaming. You know, oh, why are you on console? And it's like, because I have friends. I would much rather speak to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't care where I'm playing the game. I care about where my friends are because, you know, funny enough, they're my friends. I want to speak to them. It's not like I go, hey, you're my closest friend, but fuck you, because just fuck you. Just because.
I mean, like that is the main reason why I got a Xbox One instead of a PS4, like when they first came out, because like everyone that I knew was on the Xbox, were going to be on the Xbox One. And my friend back from home, back from when I used to live in Exeter, he made the conversion from Xbox to PlayStation, and now like he's got like 2-3 people that he speaks to on there, because everyone that he knows like stayed on Xbox.
I know someone like that. I know someone who made the conversion to PlayStation because the stats were better, and they did the better presentation at the start, and yeah, they don't game anymore.
It's like,
Well,
it's like I've said to him in the past, like you know, if I ever get my hands on enough money, or if I ever get my hands on like a spare Xbox, I'll give it to you. You know, just so you can basically play with people that you know, and like I'll occasionally go on the PS4 and we'll have a couple of games, we'll just chat, but it's very rare that I speak to him now, just simply because he's on PS4, I'm on Xbox. If we do talk, it's normally over Messenger. It's a shame.
Yeah, there's a huge number of factors that come into swapping the system, and I think for the general consumer, all the graphics and the frame rate actually ranks really low on swapping system.
Yeah, like so low that it's not even noticeable most of the time.
I'm glad you said that. Let me just try and find this picture that I just found in this comments.
Okay.
So someone posted a picture, and it's what PS5 features are IGN readers most excited for. 42% said backwards compatible. 23% said faster load times. And here's the kicker: Those are the two highest. The third highest is 12% with none. Then 11% said built-in ray tracing, and 6% equal for the last two said 4K Blu-ray and adaptive triggers. I mean, okay, there are going to be some backwards compatible games when the PS5 launches, but they didn't say all of the PS4 titles would be. And they're not doing backwards compatibility for PS3, PS2, and PS1 games.
That's also a corrupted sample size as well, because the amount of people that would be going, like the people that would be going onto an IGN site to quiz and take those quizzes are already pretty rusted on gamers. And you're rusted on gamers, the ones who are most likely to go, FPS, I need 4K. Those ones are already not going, I need FPS and 4K. So, yeah, I don't think it's a good sign.
It's just,
like, I'm sorry, but like, honest opinion here, real quick. If you're someone that picked like the PS4 or the Xbox One over each other because of a frame rate, you're a fucking idiot. Because there's like barely no difference. Like okay, maybe what if you're lucky 5 frames, maybe 10 if you're extremely lucky. There's no difference, and like even if the game in question can run at 60 frames per second, a majority of the time it's going to run at 30 anyway.
oh wow. Oh wow. Tryhard fan put, no one is forced to buy anything. It's best for technology to move forward, and gaming can only evolve when it's made with the best hardware in mind first. So someone responded with, it's literally buy the new box or don't play the game. And aforementioned, but that's how it should be and how it's always been. And before I finish reading that comment that they're saying, I'd like to say, just because that's how it's always been doesn't mean it doesn't need to change.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming has to move forward, and the only way to do that is to eventually abandon old tech. Not everyone can afford everything gaming related, but that doesn't mean everyone has to face those consequences. How is it harming the industry to not... how is it harming the industry to allow compatibility between 2 generations? It's just not. Someone responded with, my guy, you have the mentality of a 12-year-old. And aforementioned responded with, I have the mentality of someone who'd rather play games designed behind the newest hardware rather than old hardware. Sony seems to be going in that direction, so it's sounding promising so far. But you are talking like the Series X won't have any exclusives. It won't. All Xbox games will be on PC or Xbox One until they change their stance on that practice, at least.
Wait. I
hold
like
on.
that's being used as a negative.
How the hell is
being
that
like
negative?
Well, they won't have any exclusives. Oh, what? So you mean Microsoft want all games to be enjoyed by all gamers? I mean, how horrible of them. Oh, they don't want people to play games. That's why they're letting everyone play games.
Well, the person that said that you're talking like Series X won't have any exclusives and told him he has the mentality of a 12-year-old said, Matt Booty said 1 to 2 years and in every game will be exclusive to the Series X, so stop it. And then someone responded, someone who's a massive fan of Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, I assume, by their picture, put, as long as they support PC hardwares, they can never take full advantage of the Series X. What?
So because they support an even better hardware means they'll never be able to support their current hardware. So PlayStation loses then.
Yep.
But the logic's not really working here.
I still have no idea why the whole console war thing is still going on. Like, I mean, like a majority of games support cross-platform now. Just pick your console of choice and shut up and get on with it.
I know why.
That's it.
It's actually really simple, and it's a real like basic core mentality thing. If you spend money on something, you then feel invested in it. So if someone out there's got a superior product for the same cost, then you feel like you have to defend yours, and then you start lobbing attacks at them like, no, yours is inferior, mine's not inferior, yours is inferior. and that's what leads to the kind of anger rather than
Hostility
just
towards
being
each
like,
other.
hey, we're gamers, let's play games.
Which, to be honest, like, I feel like the large majority of people have that mentality now. It's just like a very vocal minority that are still like, well, I mean, no, this is still better. When a lot of people are just like, I mean, it's a video game. Play it.
I
Please don't hope.
I just read a mini thread between Tryhard and someone called Above Average. I'm not gonna go into their full name because they're sweet mother of word. So Above Average started this thread saying, "No, I completely disagree with this. They clearly are avoiding backwards compatibility because it would affect PS Now subs. They aren't doing cross-gen the first year to push new hardware sales. This is why I've not been a fan of Sony since the PS4, really. It's just anti-consumer." And in Tryhard put, backwards compatibility will be on PS5. PS4 games will work on PS5. It's just that PS5 games won't work on PS4, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Those games need to take advantage of new hardware, and I hope Sony shows that well enough next week. So the next 4 bits that I read are all from Above Average that put, no, some PS4 games will play on PS5, not all. And this just means that they aren't even going to try to give PS4 owners an opportunity to play new games without upgrading to the newer console. Console wars are fueled by crap like this because most gamers are predominantly children. They rely on their parents to buy them their gaming device, and the reason so many don't have more than one is because most modern families live paycheck to paycheck. So saying, hey, even though we just released some new games on PS4, we're going to force you to upgrade if you want to keep up with your friends. Versus Microsoft's approach, which is, don't have the money for a Series X? Don't worry, keep playing with your friends on the Xbox One/PC while you save. It's just wrong. Tryhard responded with, I don't think either way is wrong, honestly. I prefer Sony's way of moving gaming forward with better technology/hardware with their exclusives, but Microsoft's way is nice too. And the last bit was Above Average saying, it doesn't move anything forward though. Scaling around 4 games to be capable of running on last-gen hardware while still running full speed on the PS5 doesn't hurt the industry at all. The PS5 isn't the wall that we need to move past to move forward anyway.
I think Above Average did a good job there of actually deconstructing the argument. I think he's wrong on some points, but the way he's wording it has made the other guy actually go, shit, if I argue this point as vitriolic as I want to, I know I'm going to look like a proper dickhead. Which is a sneaky tactic of how to win that argument, just going, look, do you want to fight this and look like an arsehole, or do you want to agree that, gaming is good, basically?
Yeah. Someone here, this is just a 2-comment thread, this person whose name I can't even read for the whatever text type they've used, but they put BS, phone technology moves forward, but I can play my old games on my new phone, so there's that. And Tryhard put, but can you play the latest phone games on old phones? I can't say I know for sure, but I'd assume not. I can say yes with some of them.
Right, okay.
Yeah, depending on how far back you're going. Xbox
Yeah.
isn't saying you can get the original Xbox, like the old giant block one, and play the latest game coming out. That's not what they're saying.
Exactly. But I've got the first Razer phone that was made because, gaming brand, I'm a gamer, TM.
I was going to say TM.
And okay, there's the Razer Phone 2, but there's an Asus, I think it's an Asus phone that's out that actually trumps the Razer Phone 2. So when I eventually get to where I can upgrade, I might go for that.
Is Asus doing phones now?
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it was. I'll have to have a look at my tabs when I go back downstairs onto my laptop. But I was looking into it. Yeah, it looks really good, and it's got better internal memory than the Razer Phone 2. But anyway, I don't have the newest phone. I've never gone for the newest phone. I've just gone for a phone that I want for what I want it for. So I will look into it. Because getting the newest phone, I mean, if I were a completely religious Apple fan, it would be a case of, hey, I'm happy to fork out $1,000 every year? Half a year? No, I'm not happy to do that. And it's also part of the reason I did not stick with Samsung. So, hey, I'd much rather pay, what was this one? £400, I think? just under. Much rather pay that and still be able to play some really awesome mobile games than go for the latest thing. And yes, I can still play newer games that are coming out on it because it still meets the specifications. So, well done, try hard. You just completely argued your own point against yourself.
Like, I mean, like, I had my Samsung Galaxy S5 for like 6 years, 7 years, something like that, and I only upgraded like at the end of last year to the S10. But then that's because that I was like, well, I mean, that phone's practically broken now. Like, it's so slow, but it's served me really well. And I'm like, well, I mean, get an upgrade. But I'm probably gonna have this one for like the next 6-7 years now. But like, I don't feel the need to pick up every new iteration of a phone. It's a waste of money.
Yeah, it is.